This gave me a little bit of a motivation today to shoot you guys a video of how we write scripts. Okay, now if you want really good, compelling scripts for your e-commerce business, this is how to do it. How you're going to sell the same product to the market, but what is your positioning statement? Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You can always find a new angle of approach to a market and reinvigorate an old best-selling product. In today's video, we're going to be looking at this business that's done $73,000 a month in sales. We did a very detailed video on this business, but what really struck me about this e-commerce dropshipping store is how they were able to advertise, and it was some of the most creative advertising, some of the most longest advertising I've ever seen. They were running ads that were almost 10 minutes long, getting customers to watch those ads, inform them, agitate the problem, introduce their solution, and then go ahead and sell. And I don't see a lot of people advertising this way. Okay, I mean, look at some of these ads, right? So if you see this ad, it's a 9-minute ad going through this, right? What is this? Look at this, another 9-minute ad over here, right? This is the only way to stop snoring without wearing anything to bed. And this gave me a little bit of a motivation today to shoot you guys a video of how we write scripts. Okay, now if you want really good, compelling scripts for your e-commerce business, this is how to do it. And it's all through AI. And I can promise you one thing, if you use my script structure, I can at least guarantee double the amount of clicks and CTR that you're using. That's my big promise here. So I'm going to show you my exact workflow, how I think through this. And this is the exact workflow I take my inner circle students through, where number one, we think about angles of approaches, we script different hooks, we have a really good body, and then we have a clear call to action. So that's what we're going to do in today's video. But before we get into that, let's do a little bit of a recap. Okay, this particular business has done $73,000 in sales. It is selling this particular product called Quiet Out, which is an anti-snoring device that you just essentially put here, and your snoring essentially stops, and then you don't need these big CPAP machines, and you don't need all of this medication. This business, all right, through the use of sales funnels, has been able to generate $73,000 in sales. And in yesterday's video, we looked at the 2-page combination they're using to sell this product. And so in today's video, I'm going to share with you the advertising that they're doing, and how, if we're to enter this niche and if we're to sell these products, what is the advertising that we need to do to be able to go ahead and actually sell this product. Step one is you're going to need to do an analysis of the current ad angles that are running. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to go and review two things. Okay, I like to go all the way to the bottom, and sometimes Facebook won't let us go furthermore, right? But whatever ad I can see, which is the last ad, so they'll launch this business in August, okay? And in August, I want to study, number one, the hooks that they're doing. So snoring isn't just annoying, it's silently harming your health and stealing your daily energy. So that's the hook they're going with, which is, snoring isn't just an annoying problem, it's actually very bad for your health and energy. And that's a really good hook, and that's the hook that they've been using. Now I want to go ahead and see if this hook's been working. Medical alert, snoring, and then the other hook that they're using is absolutely life-changing. Both my partner and I noticed immediate relief from my snoring, finally waking up refreshed with zero discomfort. So this is again something that we spoke about yesterday, is they're using two main hooks. They're using the hook that snoring is bad for your health. It's not just an annoying feature, it's bad for your health. And the second hook that they're using is snoring will help solve your relationship issues. We'll see that. I study two things. I study the ads that have been working since the last ad that I can find, and I also like to study the ads that are relevant now. So for example, 3 reasons couples are sleeping together again: no more snoring fights, rebuild restful night, and daytime EMS therapy with nothing to wear. Okay, so these are the two hooks that they're using. Now, if we are entering this market, we have two options. We can either use the same hooks that this company is using, which I would run some ads with that, or we can come up with some different hooks, okay? Now, to use the same hook is very easy. We just model the same ad, we change up the script a little bit with ChatGPT and do it. But the problem arises when you want to come up with your own unique angle of approach. So I want to do 2 minutes of angles of approaches. Now, inside of white label dropshipping, which is what we do, we have something that we like to call angle of approach. Now, what an angle of approach is how you're going to sell the same product to the market, but what is your positioning statement? Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Because a lot of people say, oh, products are saturated, products are saturated. I firmly believe that products aren't saturated, okay? Products don't get like saturated. It's actually the way that you're selling a particular product gets saturated. You can always find a new angle of approach to a market and reinvigorate an old best-selling product. Okay, think about the best example I like to give is like water bottles. Okay, every month or so, every other month, there's a new water bottle brand that's coming out. Okay, some influencing is launching his own water, or some hydration company XYZ. Now, these products have been around forever, but people come in with a new angle of approach, a new marketing angle, a new positioning angle, and they reinvigorate the market, and they get all of these buyers to come back in. Okay, for example, think the best example is Prime Energy. Like, so for example, the hydration electrolytes industry has been around forever. It was Gatorade, before that was another company, before that was another company. It's been around forever. Two influencers came together and be like, hey, we need to relaunch this same product, right, but to the younger generation. So Prime became the whole, like, if you're young, if you're cool, if you're hip, you're drinking Prime Energy. Okay, if you're old and boring, then you're drinking Gatorade. That's what their positioning was. Okay, and they took on $1 billion market, made $1 billion. So this is exactly the same thing. Now, this product is being sold a certain way. How are you going to sell the same product? So there's two options, right? You could either go ahead and sell it in the same way that they are, or you can come up with a unique angle of approach. And this is how I use AI to come up with unique angles of approach. We're going to use a bunch of AI employees in this video, and towards the end I'll show you how you can get access to all of them. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go white label dropshipping, which is my community. For access to this community, go ahead and press the first link down below. Okay, I'm going to go to AI employees, and the first thing I'm going to look at is my AI story sell team. Now, this AI story sell team, it's essentially 3 AI employees that go ahead and craft incredible angles of approaches. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and access this AI employee. Okay, and what this is a it's just a simple prompt. It's just a simple it's three prompts, but all 3 of these guys do different things. I actually just need this guy, the ad angle generator, because I want to come up with a unique angle of approach. Okay, so all I have to do is copy paste this prompt. So I'm just going to go ahead and open it up on a different window. Okay, I'm going to copy this prompt. I'm going to go to ChatGPT. I'm doing this on another window, guys. I'm going to open up a new tab. Okay, and over here, I'm just going to go ahead and paste that exact same prompt, right? So I've pasted this prompt in. Okay, and I'm just going to hit enter. Okay, all right, so now what's going to happen is it's going to ask us what's the name of the product, what does it do, what problem does it solve, who is the customer. Okay, I'm just going to go take all of my research that I've done, and again, for you could go ahead and get the supplier angles, XYZ, whatever you need. For me, I have a ton of research on this particular product, so I'm going to just paste it in. Okay, I'm just going to say the product's name is we named the product something else. So I'm going to go back to white label stores. I'm going to go to my anti-snoring funnel. This is so we basically rebuild funnels, right? So these guys, they were using a very similar funnel. We basically rebuilt it, and they call it Rivetta, we call it Quieter. Okay, so I'm just going to be like, call it Quieter, please. Okay. The product name is Quieter. Again, if I'm going a little bit faster and you guys don't understand anything, please let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so now it's gonna come up with 3 really cool ad angles. Okay, so these are what I like to call angles of approaches, and it basically goes very deep into customer psychology and emotional buying. Okay, so the first thing it's saying is the silent divorce angle. Snoring quietly erodes intimacy. Couples move into separate bedrooms, resentment builds, and health declines. It reframes snoring from annoying to a relationship killer. Buying quieter isn't about silence, it's about saving love, connection, and dignity. What an insane way to advertise your product. Now, the second one is the hidden health crisis. Snoring is more than just noise. It's a red flag for oxygen loss, fatigue, and cardiovascular strain. So they're also using these two ad angles. These guys are also using these two ad angles. They're using it as a health hazard, and they're using the relationship angle. But I feel like ours just amped it up. Right? If I look at their ad angles right here, and this is exactly how this is why I'm so confident that if I enter any niche, I can actually go ahead and take it over, because a lot of people just don't do that. So snoring isn't just annoying, it's silently harming your health. We're saying snoring is more than noise. It's a red flag for oxygen loss, cardiovascular strain. I love both these ad angles. Okay, the dignity restorer angle. CPAP masks and mouth guards make people feel old, sick, and unattractive. They strip away confidence and masculinity and femininity. Insane. The smart investment angle. CPAP mouth guards, ongoing treatments drain money every month. Quiet is a one-time purchase. The energy rebirth angle. Snoring equals shallow sleep equals fatigue. Buyers crave energy, clarity, and vitality as they age. Now, these are amazing ad angles, all of them, but I really like the first one. Okay, so I'm going to have ChatGPT deep dive into the first one. Okay, so I'm going to go this one. Now, if I give it this ad angle, okay, it's going to basically give a script writing brief for Quieter. Okay, this is my chosen angle. This is the narrative and perspective. These are the messaging pillars. These are the visual metaphors. This is the intended outcome. Okay, now that I have my angle of approach, the next thing that we're going to want to do is come up with the script itself. Now, a good script is essentially what's being said here, right? Everything that's being said here is what is important. Okay, now it's easy for us to go ahead and produce the video clips that will sit on top of the video. They'll sit on top of what's being said, but it's the script that drives everything. Okay, it's the script that drives everything. So what I'm going to do is, this is a brief that it's given to a copywriter. Okay, now again, I'm going to go back to this AI employee. All right, now I'm going to go back to my AI employees. I'm going to go to the copywriting AI employee, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up my prompt for writing insane copy for e-commerce video ads. Okay, it's this AI employee. All right, so now for this one, I do give this away for free. Absolutely. This prompt has helped so many of my clients literally cross 6 figures in e-commerce sales. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to paste this one by one. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, actually, I have I have the name, I have the product expert. I just need this. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and there is a more advanced version of this, but I feel like that's way too much for this training. So let's go to something that we can all agree on is a good script. And I want your honest opinion in the comments below. Once we finish writing the script, do you think this is going to be a good one? Okay, so I'm going to go first. Actually, I want you to become a product expert with this product and help me with any marketing questions that I have. Okay, I'm going to paste this in first. Then I'm going to go with my, I'm going to go to here to the research, and I'm going to go ahead, copy all this product research that I've done. Okay, and I'm going to just say the name of the product is Quieter. Okay, where is it? Sorry, what is it? Is it Quiet? QUI. Just is this one. Let's just copy this in here. Okay, now that we've gone ahead and put this in, okay, it understands that it's the marketing expert for this. Now it's able to do this. Okay, now that it is become a product expert with our product, we're going to go to our previous AI employee. We're going to get the script writing brief with our angle of approach, because I want to train this new ChatGPT on this as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in our script writing brief. Okay, now it's like, okay, this is a really good brief, and it's coming up with some sort of baby ideas. Okay, Now, I don't want these baby ideas, okay? I'm going to go here, act as a direct response expert. Actually, you know what? What's a better way to do this, guys, is to go here, okay? Is to combine these two prompts, okay? So act as a direct response copywriter who's learned from the hands of Gary Halbert and create the ad for me using the brief below, okay? So essentially, this is what we've done, okay? First thing we did was we went ahead and created a angle of approach using the Storycell AI employee. Then once we have our angle of approach, we went to a new ChatGPT chat. Okay, we trained it on what the product is. And after we did that, we're saying we're putting this prompt in that says, act as an expert direct response marketer who's learned from Gary Halbert, okay, and use this brief to come up with a great ad. I think that's the best way to come about it. Sorry for any of the confusion, guys. Let's paste this in. Let's come up with our prompt. So see, here's a first person direct response ad crafted from the single divorce angle, okay? So this is it. I never thought snoring could ruin a marriage. But there I was, lying awake night after night, pillow pressed on my ears, wondering if this was my life now. The man that I love, the same man I once fell asleep with, now sounded like a chainsaw in the bedroom. I couldn't take it anymore. The resentment started small, moving to the couch just for one night, but one night turned into weeks, then months. Before I knew it, we were sleeping in separate rooms, strangers in our own home. The silence between us was louder than his snores. I felt lonely, neglected, and even embarrassed to admit to friends that I couldn't sleep in the same bed with my husband. Deep down, I feared that this was heading quiet resentment, intimacy gone towards a divorce that no one talks about. Then out of my desperation, we tried something new. It's called Quieta, a tiny device, not a mask, not a mouthpiece, nothing to wear at night, just 20 minutes a day. And it uses safe technology to strengthen the muscles in the airway. That means that it doesn't muffle snoring. It fixes the root cause. The first night silence, not earplug silence, real peaceful, natural silence. I woke up next to him, actually rested for the first time in years, and I didn't feel like we were on different planets. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Snoring isn't just about noise. It's about the health you lose from bad sleep, the mornings filled with exhaustion, the intimacy that quietly slips away. And Quieta gave us more than rest. It gave us our connection back. Think of it this way. Fixing snoring with sprays or mouth guards is like bailing water out of a sinking boat with a cup. Quieta is like patching the hole at the bottom. When you fix the root cause of the problem, it actually stops. This is what an amazing ad looks like. Now imagine this is what's being said in your video ad while you have videos on top of it. Now I realize that we used a ton of AI employees and a bunch of things. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the steps back to you, okay? Just so that you are not confused, because I'm sure my editor who's editing this video is going to get really, really confused with all the shit that I just pulled up, okay? I'm going to do this step by step. Step 1, go to the ShopFunnels AI Storycell team, access this AI employee, use the ad angle generator, copy and paste this prompt over here. Okay, that's step 1. Once you copy and paste this prompt, okay, let's go all the way to the top of the prompt. Okay, once you copy and paste this prompt, it's going to ask you what the product is, what does it do, what problem does it solve, who is the customer. Paste in your product research, whatever you have about the product, okay? Once you paste the product research in, it's going to go ahead and come up with some hooks for you, okay? Select the hook that you want and it's going to come up with a really good brief for you, okay? You take that brief, okay, and then you go to the next AI employee. The next AI employee, again, is inside here. You go to the copywriter, you go here, you open up this prompt. When you open up this prompt, you train the new chat, okay, on what your product is. So you take this, okay, you open up a completely new chat, you paste this in, and then you paste the research of your product again to train the new AI employee on what's going on. And then after that, you combine two prompts, okay? You combine this prompt, all right, with the script writing brief from the original AI employee to come up with this ad copy, which will absolutely kill it. I should have made a simpler way to do this. It's just how my brain works. It takes things from other places and it makes a story. But anyways, what makes this ad really, really interesting is this. So first, it starts off with an interesting hook over here, like as we can see. I never thought snoring could ruin a marriage. Anybody who has a partner that snores, that keeps them up at night, they will be instantly hooked with this, okay? Then it identifies the problem and agitates it, okay? So this is it. This is all the agitation that's happening, okay? That goes ahead and brings to life inner feelings that somebody has about this particular problem. Then it introduces the solution over here. It's called Quieta, a tiny device, right? It identifies how it solves the main problems, okay? The first night silence, not just earplug silence, complete silence. Then it identifies how to bring to life other benefits, which is snoring isn't just about the noise, it's about health, right? Your health is back, the intimacy is back, and Quieta gave us all of that, okay? Then find an analogy that explains the solution, okay? So think about it this way. It's an analogy so that the solution becomes more clear. Like imagine you're in a sinking boat and you're trying to fix it with a cup. That's what all these other solutions do. Quieta fixes the problem at the root cause, okay? Then scarcity and urgency. Here's the catch. They're running a 50% time limited offer and it's going to go away soon, okay? And then call to action emphasizing the offer. Don't wait, buy it now. So that's how I come up with insane scripts. That's what I would recommend to anybody who wants to come up with insane scripts. Now, the question you guys are asking is, where is all this stuff? All this stuff you spoke about, the story selling, the AI employee, the product research, all this stuff. Well, all this stuff is inside White Label Dropshipping. This is my premier program where all of my resources are kept. Now, this isn't just a course. This isn't just consulting. Both of those things are in there. It's actual shit you need to run your business. So you get stores here that are ready to launch, okay, that you can import into ShopFunnels or Shopify. It has the research, video research, physical research that I pasted. You can preview the funnel. All you have to do is swap Quieta with your logo and you're ready to launch. You can import this into ShopFunnels with one click. All you do is go in here and just put it inside of your account and boom, the funnel is added into your library and you're ready to launch. And this is, all these stores are ready to launch. All they require is that you change your logo and you change your name and launch it as your own. But we've gone ahead, we've done all the images, copy everything, and we're modeling something that's already very successful. We create a very similar clone to the original, or you can just import it into Shopify. One of the major benefits of White Label Dropshipping is access to all the different AI employees, like the story sell team that allowed us to create our different angles of approach, and the master copywriter that allowed us to go ahead and create really good copy for our ads. Then you get weekly calls where we all get together every single week and we chat about it. And based on your scripts, we'll actually even create the ads for you. So inside White Label Dropshipping, every single person gets advertising that my team will create for you. We'll also launch your stores together. So it's one stop, everything you need to be able to launch your e-com store. All right. With that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Appreciate each and every one of you. If you have any questions about White Label Dropshipping or script creation, let me know in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to answer it. All right. Thank you guys. Catch you guys next one. And if you thought the script was dope, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.